Alright, so welcome to level 2, application problems for adding and subtracting and multiplying polynomials. First we're going to deal with area and perimeter. Perimeter, remember, is the distance around a shape, and area is the amount of space the shape takes up. So, in order to find a perimeter, remember to add all sides. And for area, we'll need a formula. Alrighty, so if we have this beautiful rectangle here, remember that if it's 2x minus 7 on the bottom, it is on the top as well. And if it's x plus 4 on the right, then it's x plus 4 on the left. And so if I'm finding the perimeter, I'm going to have to add all 4 of those measurements together. So an x plus 4 plus another x plus 4, and a 2x plus 7, minus 7, and a 2x minus 7. And so I've got all 4 of my sides here. Parentheses may help you recognize them all, though they're not needed. And, oh, I have to add. So I'm going to have to add my like terms. So I have 1x plus 1 more x plus 2 x's plus 2 x's. So 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So I have 6 x's. And then I have 4 plus 4, so 8. Subtract 7, so 1. Subtract 7 again, so negative 6. There's an expression for my perimeter. Write the perimeter as a polynomial in standard form. Standard form, so biggest exponent first. Of course, there was no exponent. So x is before numbers. Area. We've talked about area of rectangles many times this year. Base times height is our formula, so we need to substitute in our base, 2x minus 7, and our height, x plus 4. And then we use our multiplying skills. So distribute the 2x, add the exponents, invisible ones, so 2x squared, 2x times 4, so 8x, inside, negative 7x, last, negative 28. Add like terms, 2x squared plus 1x, or just writing plus x, minus 28. That is the area of the polynomial as a polynomial in standard form. Biggest exponent first. Okay, let's change shapes. What if we had this triangle? Notice the congruency marks here. Let us know that it is x minus 7 on all 3 sides. So for perimeter, we just need to add up our x minus 7s for all 3 sides. So we have to add x plus x, otherwise known as 3x's. And negative 7 plus negative 7 plus negative 7, so negative 21. Area of a triangle we have done less often. Remember to do 1/2 times base times height. We're going to save that 1/2 for the end usually. Let's do base times height. Base will be x minus 7. Height will be 2x plus 3. So remember, if you have 3 things to multiply, just pick 2 and multiply first. I'm going to pick the difficult 2. I'm going to pick x times 2x. Add my exponents together, get 2x squared. X times 3, so 3x. Distribute the negative 7 now, so negative 7 times 2, so negative 14x. And negative 7 times 3, so negative 21. I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms, so I have a negative 11x. Remember, do not change your exponents when you are adding. And I'm going to bring down the 1/2 because now I have to multiply by it. So you can use 0.5 if you really must to multiply. 1/2 times 2, that's easy, that's 1. But it's a little harder here on the 11. That would be, think of that as an 11 over 1. That's a negative 11 over 2. 11 halves x. And same thing with this 21. 1 times 21 would be 21. 2 times 1 would be 2, so that'd be negative 21 halves. You could write this as 5.5 and 10.5 if you want, but you do not have to. Okay, one more example on the back. What if it's a different shape like this? What if it's finding the expression for the shaded area? The shaded area is not a traditional shape, but it's what's left over when we have the big rectangle minus the little rectangle. So we are going to have to do the area equals base times height for the big rectangle and the little rectangle and subtract them to see what we have left. So for the big rectangle, we have 2x minus 7 times x plus 4. Distribute 2x squared plus 8x minus 7x minus 28. So 2x squared plus x minus 28 when we combine like terms. Minus this base, x plus 1, times this height, x minus 2, the little white rectangle. So we have x times x, we have x squared, times negative 2x, times positive x, or positive 1x if you prefer, minus 2. When we put like terms together, we have x squared minus 1x minus 2. Now, I put them both back into parentheses because that's important. We need to remember that we are subtracting the entire answer we got here. And hopefully you remember that when we're subtracting, we're going to distribute that negative and then add like terms. So this x squared is going to become negative. This negative 1 is going to become positive 1. And this negative 2 is going to become positive 2. And then I'm going to add like terms. So I'm going to write them underneath. I have this negative x squared, a positive 1x, and a positive 2. And now I'm going to complete the problem. 2x squared minus 1x squared, so 1x squared, or just x squared. 1 plus 1 is 2 x's, and negative 28 plus 2 would be negative 26. So it's a little bit longer since there is no direct formula. Be careful with this subtraction. That is 99% of the time where people make mistakes in this problem. They'll do their areas fine, but they'll forget to distribute their negative, so they get their answer wrong at the end. If you have questions, please ask.